and our next session we'll try for that finish with the 2019 tonight. Trying to finish it before next session. And the past papers will be on the marathon. So now you're going to be doing it on your own. All right, so here we go now. So we want to bring up on our screen our past paper that we're using right now. All right, so this is a 2019 paper, the one before the year of COVID. All right. Now, when you're doing, by now you should know what the hours in the exams for paper two, that is 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is converted, it is 160 minutes. And you have 10 questions, 7 in the first section and 3 in the last, which you must do all questions. What it means then, you must spend no more than 16 minutes on an exam question. And one exam question is it's divided in several parts. It's not a multiple choice paper, it's a paper two. So there's no multiple choice. Sometimes persons think that because the question have more than one part, them choose one part. That don't make no sense. Question number one, it have 1A must be done. As a matter of fact, 1AI, 1A part two, and then part B1, and part B2, part B3, and that is the entire question. That's one question, total 9 marks. You must not spend no more or no longer than 60 minutes per question. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Good. All right, so we're going to start off with question number two. Let's look at the algebra questions first and then come down. Now it says simplify completely. It says simplify completely. Now pay attention. This number in front of the letter in what we call the variable is referred to as coefficient. It's referred to as a coefficient. Coefficient. And can somebody tell me what is the next coefficient? What's the next coefficient in the question? Can somebody tell me? 4. That's correct, Yanni. So the 4 is the other coefficient. So the coefficient tell us basically how many of this is there. So if for example, we have p squared. So this coefficient tells us I must have 3p squares, comma, and I'm just define, we can understand the definition of these things first, right? So you count them 1, 2, 3p squares. So that's what this means. 3p squares, 3 of them. 4p raised to the power of 5. Good? That's really what that is about. Now, I'm going to show you something. So these are 3 of them. This one now want me to have 4 of these. And that's 4 of them. Now, to simplify, you are seeing two factors. It means that we're going to end up with one product. Product because we're multiplying. Now, I want you to understand p squared is the same thing as what? What is p squared the same thing as what?
Times P.
Huh?
P times P.
P times p. Oh, okay, Yannick. P times p. So this is p times p, right? And then p times p again, correct? Times p again. But remember now, there's supposed to be an addition sign right here. So good. Get it 3p squared. So this part will be incorrect. Hold on there. So it's not like this. So it's p squared is p times. Now, if you notice now, you'd have had two p squares plus another p square, make it 3p squares. Good. Now, there's a we call laws of indices that we're going to use for this question to simplify it. Let me not go to technical route. So the laws of indices will tell you this. One, you multiply the coefficients. If you multiply the coefficients, what is that going to be equal to? What's going to be equal to? 12. So the laws of indices now, if you have the same variable, PP, and you're multiplying, then you're going to add the indices. So if you add the indices, what would it be equal to?
7.
7. Good. If we were to divide the indices, what would it be equal to?
Repeat.
If we were dividing, would we still add the indices or would we subtract? Would we add or subtract?
So subtract.
We would subtract. That's correct. That's correct. So you would subtract. All right? That's correct. Good. So it basically be subtracting, right? Good. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. You would subtract. All right. Good. Everybody understand that? Silence means consent for me. Then from now. So now it's time to say if you understand or you don't understand. Okay. All right. All right. So we covered that question already. Let's move on to the other part of the question. And you remember, you must show you're working in this space provided, okay? All right. So here we are. Just a minute there, please. All right, sorry about that. Okay, now in part two, the expression that we have in front of us here looks like a what? Give me one word that comes to your mind when you look at this expression. Anybody?
Yes, yes, yes.
When you look at this expression here, give me one word that comes to mind.
Division,
Division of
fractions.
fractions. Good. So if it whatever it looks like to you, that's how you treat it. Good. So if you know how to do division of fractions, that simply means then you wouldn't have a problem approaching this question. Good. So you'd keep, I would hear Sean say you keep it, right, Sean? You keep this side. And what do we do with the division side?
Change it to multiply and flip the next side. So
And flip the next side. Good. And then you can cancel if you wish, right?
yeah,
Good. So first we can say, well, this itself goes one time, and it goes, and 3x into this goes 7x times. Want to get that? You want to
yeah.
know how we get that? Let me explain to the side how we get that.
3 going at 21 several times. So
Good. So let's have 3 times x right there. And we have 21 times x squared. So we have x, we had to expand it times x again. So we can cancel out 3 instead of 1. 3 goes 7 times. X instead goes 1 time. And you cancel one of these x, left 1x. So you have the 1, 7x. Everybody get that?
yeah,
Okay. Then now, cancel again. 4 instead goes 1 time. Goes 5 times up here. 2 of these y's, when cancel out 2 of these y's, left 1 y. They will multiply across. And your single fraction or single expression is 5 over 7xy. And it could be 5, it could be, can be 7xy, it could be 7yx, it could be x7y, whatever you got. But normally put coefficient first, that's a standard. So wherever x and y doesn't matter where you put it, it's the same answer. Because multiplication is associative or commutative, right? All right. So you can go on the YouTube channel to rewatch it if you forgot or didn't get to write down whatever you think you should write down. All right. All right. So we have a. All right. So let's go. Let's continue. So we're just starting this paper. We'll not be able to finish it in this session, but next session we can pick up. Now, when you look at this question, what does it remind you of? What reminds you of? Anybody? What does it
yeah.
remind you of?
Repeat what you say.
When you look at this question, what does it remind you of? Hmm?
Addition of fractions.
Exactly. Addition of fractions. Good. So you treat it like addition of fractions. Normally, you don't find what we call the lowest one. common multiple, agree? And to find the lowest common multiple in fractions, we normally multiply.
So can you repeat that?
Normally when they do in addition fractions, they normally multiply, don't it? Agree? Do you normally multiply which one you normally multiply? Which part of the fraction you normally multiply? When you find an LCM.
So you multiply you do the butterfly method something, sir.
Butterfly method. What is that?
Just multiply.
So it's 3 times x give you 3x,
Yeah.
and 1 times any number is the same, right?
Yeah.
That means that 1 times this is going to be 7x minus 1, same way.
You guys should be that ready? Yes. Okay.
And they have this here multiplier across. You can just put the x outside the bracket. You don't have to really complete it if you don't want to. Right? At some point you might have to do that, but you don't have to do that. You simplify the top if you wish. And note we have to solve the equation. So you have 3x plus 7x give you 10x. Minus 1 over the same x over bracket 7x minus 1 to equal to 0. Now, at this point is where you have to think about what you're doing. This is where you have to think about what you're doing right here. So this you could probably solve, do on your own. You get a mark for that. 1 mark. But this is where the reasoning part comes in. Question. You have to solve it. Any ideas? In the exam, you have to think about something. Any ideas? What would you do if you were in the exam and you reach this part of the question? What would you have done? Any ideas?
So I cancel
Cancel. Okay. What would you have canceled?
the X then. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, that wouldn't work. At least I think of something. Anybody else? Anybody else having think about anything here? Anybody else think about something? What do you think about? And now is the time to try it, you know. Have a son in class and be quiet and don't want to answer them. Dog, I'm not supposed to come May 13th, you know, after the honest truth. No, at least you say you're confused. No. Brian, I say you're confused. This is the question I'm asking you, Brian. If you reach this far, at what point of it are you confused? Let me ask, at what point of it are you confused? And Brian, at what point are you confused?
Why fire, man? That's one. You guys think it?
Hmm. But my turn is now.
How you do?
So you are saying you don't understand all of it. Sorry for you, no, Brian. Now, you have heard Yanni said that reminds me of additional fractions. You know additional fractions, Brian? Do you know it? I beg you, unmute him. I have to stop every time to be reading. Yes. Do you understand additional fractions, Brian? Yes or no? Don't take forever to answer the question. So if you understand additional fractions, you have to then work with what you understand first. So if you understand additional fractions, you have to work with what you understand first, right? So if it looks like additional fractions, you're going to treat it that way. So what Yana says, he knows that he uses what we call a butterfly method. That's what he knows. So in the butterfly method, you multiply this numerator by this denominator right here. It looks like a butterfly. So you get 3 times x, you get 3x. Multiply this one right here with this one up here. See, it looks like a butterfly. So 1 times anything will remain the same, and 7x minus 1. Good? And then now you will have, you multiply these two at the bottom right here. I get x outside the bracket 7x minus 1. You can simplify it, and at the top you simplify the top. So do you understand that part first of all, Brianna? Uh-huh. You understand that? Come again? Yes, sir. Okay. So now, so the next part now to where we're at now is that you simplify. So the like terms, 3x and 7x are actually like terms. Why are they like terms? The degree is equal. What do I mean by the degree? It's raised to the same power of 0. But same power of 1 rather. Good. So you have 3x's here and you have 7x's. You add all of them, you get 10x. And you keep the minus 1 right there. Good. Now, this now, I didn't bother to simplify it, but I could have simplified, but there's no need to simplify it. It's still one product. So here's a question. Do you understand so far now, Brian, how arrived there, sir?
So
What were you saying, Brian? I mean, Yanni?
no, I same thing me that go say cause me look I'm still not sure what to do. I take 7x out of 10x, so that's what I go do.
No, all right. Let me simplify it and show you. I could simplify this to this. I could say 10x minus 1 over 7x squared is the what we call distributive law minus x equal to 0. So in which way would lead in the same direction. How I get 7x squared? X times 7x equals 7x squared. X times minus 1 give minus x. But the question is asking, it says 10x minus 1 is divided by 7x squared minus x equals 0. By your common sense, what conclusion can you make? Or what knowledge do you have that you can use, right? There's a conclusion you can make or some knowledge that you might have in your mind. What do you know about this expression equal to 0? Just use your common sense and you can figure it out. 10x minus 1 divided by 7x squared minus x. Any common sense response? Any common sense response?
No, sir. Still not get it.
Still not get it. I think one more time. Really don't want to tell you. But think one more time. Any comments on the question? You
Right,
don't?
sir. What are the reason theta be equal to 0?
All right. We want to remember, so we want to solve the equation. We want to find the value of x. What would you do after this? I heard this. What you said a while ago? You said something a while ago. What you said a while ago?
No, say if you say if we find the reason why it equal to x 0, sorry.
Mm, what do you mean by that?
That you say, sir.
No, I want you to no. What I really want you to say to me, where do we go from here? And I say, now, what do you know? When you look at this expression, what conclusions can you make? Another conclusion?
Sir.
No. All right. Question. 0 divided by 7 is equal to how much? What is it equal to? When you divide 0 by 7, what you get? Want to know that?
0.
Okay. 0 divided by 10. What is it equal to?
Nil.
Huh?
Nil.
Which is the same thing as what? Come talk maths.
0, 0.
0. 0 divided by 100. How much is it equal to?
0.
So what conclusion can we make here? What conclusion can we make here? Based on that pattern. You see a pattern by the way? Any conclusions?
Can no say anything divided, anything you divide 0 by I go equal to 0. That's mercy from this.
Exactly. Anything you divide 0 by, it's still gonna equal to what? 0, right? Same. So Sean
So
says same. Yeah, go ahead now.
I still
Yeah,
not
here
get
now.
how that relate to the question, though, God. This we so so the 10x minus 1 1. That not enough
Ah,
value?
no. You want to say it a different way. 10x minus 1 equal to what then?
0.
Exactly. That's the whole point. This is how you relate to it now. Because no matter what this is, as long as this part is equal to 0, the answer going to be 0, don't it?
So if them give it and the answer is 0, it gonna be say up this as 0 then.
Yeah, so what you're going to do now to find the value of x now is set this part to equal to 0. You see how I relate to it now? So see how I relate to it now. So you set this part now, 10x minus 1 is then equal to what? 0. Make sense now?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what would be the value of x then? when the number when will be the value of x when multiplied by 10 and 1 is minus from that product, what could 1 be subtracted from for when what is it that 1 can subtract from to get 0?
1.
1. So therefore 10x must be equal to what?
1.
1. Common sense. The question then now, what is it that is multiplied by 10 to equal to 1?
X.
X. Then what would the value of x? What you multiply 10
Repeat
by
what
to
you
get?
said a while ago, sir. Repeat what you said a while ago.
What number when multiplied by 10 equal to 1?
1. Wait.
Hmm? What was the answer? What was the answer a while ago? Yanni? You gave an answer, Yanni?
So 0.1.
0.1. 0.1. Yes. Oh, you get 0.1.
Bring it on my calculator.
So what did you put in the calculator?
10 times 0.1.
So you just come up with 0.1 just so.
Now, I put in 0.5 first.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I use trouble that trial and error.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And 0.1 is the same thing as what? 0.1 is the same thing as what?
0.1.
No? It's the same thing as what in fraction?
Eh?
0.1 is the same thing as what in fraction? 0.1 is the same thing as what when convert to fraction? What is it equal to?
0
What?
1.
Can't be 0 over 1. To be 1 over 10. 1/10.
Oh.
Well, it's the same to me, because if you don't know how to convert from fraction decimal to fraction, fraction to decimal at this time, it means then that it's a lot of background mathematics you have lacking behind. You see it? So we're going.
Yeah.
There are a lot of background, so that's a problem we have right there. All right. You go practice my decimals and here, sir. If I were you, I would do just that. If I were you. All right, so that's how you look at that question. So the answer is 1/10 or 0.1. Okay?
Yeah.
We have to reason out the question down to the nitty-gritty. All right, so we are through with that one. So we're gonna go to this part. Part C. This is quite what we have doing in class, don't it? From the textbook, remember? Mhm. All right. Can somebody read part C for me, please?
When a number x is multiplied by 2, the result squared. The result is squared to give a new number y.
Okay.
Express y in terms of x.
Any available answers? Any available answers?
Sir,
Mm. Go ahead.
Wait there. Y equal x squared or x times x.
Y equal x squared. All
Multiply by
right. Y equal x squared. So you have, let me run what you just said, Adam.
now x times 2 square equal y.
X times 2 square. What do you mean x times 2 square?
x2 square, so x2 to the power of 2.
All right. Nice try. But the answer really is this. Y is equal to, it's actually, you could put in bracket if you wish. 2x, because it's a x is multiplied by 2, so you have to show that first. And the result, which would be 2x, is squared. Or you could write that as 4x squared. Got that?
Yeah.
Oh, it is red. That's all you have to write it. You have to translate it. So x, you must show that x was multiplied by 2.
And basically that must say except must place the x and the 2 wrong. I'm supposed to say 2x, I'm say x2. Just that.
But it's best to put it in bracket though. You get it?
Yeah.
Best to put it in bracket.
When the squared
All
sign
right.
it.
Outside the bracket.
Yeah.
All right. Very important. All right. So let's proceed further. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, so determine two values of x that satisfy the equation y equals x and the equation derived in CI. Two values of x that satisfy the equation y equals x and the equation derived in CI. Now, the equation derived in CI is this. We're going to use y is equal to 4x squared. So to simplify is what you get. Good. And then you have another equation of y is equal to x. So they're asking now to determine two values of x that satisfy the equation y equals x and the equation derived above, the CI. So the question here then is, can you give me at least one of the two values? Anybody want to guess?
They say value of x. What them say? Determine two value of x.
That satisfy. Satisfy means that the word satisfy there so means.
Basically compensate it.
What do you mean by compensated? What do you mean by that?
Equal it out.
Equal it out. Well, basically, both of them have the same value. Both of them have the same value, which makes the equations true. So what value of x would go for the top equation and the bottom equation, which will make both equations true?
How would I go? They say what value of x would I go for them two equation the way right on the screen?
These two. This is like simultaneous equation in a sense. In a sense.
So why?
There's a value. Why is that a value?
That would be a number.
Yeah. Give me one of the number. At least one of the number. In other words, what value of x will make both equations are the same y value? See what it's asking. What value of x will make both equations the same y value? That's what it's actually asking. Understand? Mm-hmm.
Get where I say
Did I get it yet?
no.
All right. Zero is one of them. Zero is one of them. So when x is zero, y is also zero, don't it?
Yeah.
Y equal x. So if n when x is zero, y is zero. When x is zero right here, isn't y also zero too? 4 times zero is still zero. So you make both equations have the same value, right?
Yeah.
Good. All right. So x is one of the values of x is zero. Easy one to come up with. No,
So the next one can be one then.
can be one. No, because 4 times 1 is 4. But y not equal to 4. So y is not equal to 1 if you put x as 1. Get it?
Yeah. 0.1.
If you use 0.1, that's 1/10. Still not going to be equal. No. All right. Instead of guessing, I'm going to show you a method you can use. Since y is equal to x, it means that wherever you see y, you can put x, don't it? Good. Get that? You have that, right? Now, if you want to make x on one side, you can divide both sides by x squared. So we'll have x squared over here, so I'll have 4. But in this case now, to have one single x alone, you'll
Imagine.
have 1 over x.
Imagine.
So this, you see that?
I'm get a call a while ago. I'm say it.
Mm. So 1 over x is equal to 4. We still want x by itself. Good. So what we're going to end up having, you can say 1 is equal to 4x. What number when multiplied by 4 is equal to 1? What number when multiplied by 4 is equal to 1? What number when multiplied by 4 is equal to 1? What number when multiplied by 4 is equal to 1? Hmm? Don't know? Don't know?
Wait, okay. Where's the other person?
What number when multiplied by 4 is equal to 1? All right, it's taking too long to answer. Let me show you. That is a quarter. So x is equal to a quarter.
Oh
Got
man,
it?
it's not.
Eh? X is equal to a quarter. So one of the values are 0 and the other is a quarter, are 0.25. Now we're going to show you a pattern. What number when multiplied by 2 is equal to 1? What number when multiplied by 2 is equal to 1? Anybody know? Make a wild guess. What number when
Half
multiplied
hour.
by half? Good. What number when multiplied by 3 is equal to 1? What number when multiplied by 3 is equal to 1? Answer, man. Any answers?
No, so
Mhm.
0.3.
What answer?
I'm not sure, so 0.3.
Give me the fraction. Give me it. Give me it in fraction.
3/10.
No. If 2 times a half give 1, 3 times what give you 1?
3/4.
Huh?
Where's the other person?
If 2 times a half is equal to 1, 3 times what give you 1? The answer is 1/3 students. 1/3 is the answer. Next question. If 5 times what equals to 1? 5 times what number equal to 1? Anybody have the answer? 5 times what equals to 1?
0.2, so
0.1?
was 2, 0.2.
Give me the answer in fractions. Give me the answer in fractions. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any answers? All right, see answer come in the chat. 2/10. All right. So break it down now. Simplify it 2/10. What's the lowest term you can write 2/10?
1/5.
1/5. You know, so you're not observant though. You're not observant at all. 6 times what is equal to 1? You're not observant at all. 6 times 1 is equal to 6 times what is equal to 1? Six times what is equal to 1?
1/6.
1/6. Now you start talking. Now you see trend. You know how you come up with the answer? You decide to pay attention to what's going on. That's why you come up with the answer. You start pay attention. 7 times what is equal to 1? 7 times what is equal to 1?
1/7.
1/7.
1/7.
1/7. You start pay attention. 8 times what is equal to 1?
1/8.
1/8.
1/8.
So you start pay attention now. So what you observe, what you notice? Make a conclusion.
Eh?
Make a conclusion now. Explain to your classmates or you start the answer right. Explain to them because I don't think them see it. Explain now.
So I'm divide 1 by any number with me and something else now. I mean, I try times it by forget 1 and then times it by itself again.
Exactly. Exactly. So you divide 1 by any number you times it. Simple. This is the classical thing in mathematics. In learning math, you have to be observant. When I watch the videos of me create, you have to be observant. Observe. Pay attention to details. Be observant. Why? You have to be observant. I never tell nobody nothing. Just look, pay attention, and follow the pattern. That simple means what number when multiplied by 4, that's over the quarter, equal to 1. Good explanation. Any number, the number you multiply by, the number you divide by. Divide 1 by. That's how we look at it. Fair enough explanation. It's otherwise called a reciprocal. So to get the 1, you multiply the number by its reciprocal. All right? That's it for you. Tomorrow we'll finish up some other questions. Let's see what we look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday night. And if I were you, I'd go through the past paper myself and come prepared to see what you have gotten right from what you have gotten wrong. It's up to you though. I'm not forcing you to do it. It's up to you. If you think it's important that you come prepared for the class, you try some questions, some of the same questions them, and then you come prepared for the class because really a fact, it's not a teaching session. It's supposed to be going through the questions, see what you have done, and you can look at see if your answers were right or wrong. So it's not really a teaching session, this. Okay. We have a construction question. I don't know if you did any construction. The videos are out there to show you how to construct. So if I were you, I would have gone through to do that. We'll be moving on to the construction question tomorrow. This one, this section, and our transformation geometry question. And then that will cover that question there. We'll try to see if we have time. We'll move on to question number 4. So tomorrow we begin at 8 again. Please try to come on early. It's 5 hours So it's supposed to be an hour each day. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it means that we're supposed to, if it's an hour each day, we must finish one paper every 2 days. That's what it means. All right. So that's it. Have yourselves a good night and go and practice, go and complete the paper. So tomorrow night, I should need to remind the parents that we have class tomorrow night. So ensure that you complete this paper. Try get some work done on it. When you come to class, you can ask questions. I can answer them as we go through the questions. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Clear. All right, take care. That's it.